Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's SIIA Tech Chats. Joining me this Friday is Dhiraj Sharma, founder and CEO of Simpplr. Simpplr provides a modern employee intranet to help companies improve communication. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure to be here.
Great. Well, let's jump right in. You founded Simpplr in 2014, not that long ago. What was your inspiration for founding the company?
Yes. Employee engagement, I believe it's a huge problem that has a massive implication on global employee productivity. So kind of I always wanted to solve this problem. Like I always felt that this is a problem that is easily addressable. It's just somebody has to do it. So my background is prior to forming Simpler, I was CEO of a consulting company and we had employees in multiple states in US and in India. And I faced this problem firsthand myself. So that kind of also made this problem very personal to me and gave me more motivation to solve it. But in 2014, one of our customers from our consulting business, they approached us and they wanted us to work with them to help them solve the same problem. So that gave us a platform to create a product, and that's how we got started. And we decided that, okay, it's time, somebody needs to solve the problem, let's get it solved. That's how we got started in 2014.
Fantastic. But so most companies know that intranets are valuable, but most use them to just simply share information or access information. They aren't leveraging them for employee engagement. What are the opportunities companies are missing out on?
Yeah, so yes, what you said is totally true. And the thing is, before we get into what opportunities they are missing, let's just go through like the evolution of internet itself, right? In 1990s, intranets were developed just to be the front end of your file system. People used it for a long time, had bad experience with it because nobody ever bothered or cared about the user experience, the usability of the product itself. Then the second generation of intranet came like sometimes around when Facebook and LinkedIn got popular. So there were companies who thought that, hey, let's try to fit the social into enterprise and let's try to basically they had a solution which was social. They were trying to find a problem. So it was a forced fit in enterprise trying to make intranet cool and social and trying to solve this problem. But now we believe we are the third generation of intranet that are built with a purpose, and the purpose is connecting employees, aligning and engaging them with the company's purpose, mission, leadership, and everything else. So if you see, like we have seen with almost all of our customers, like who using intranet, like they have seen improvements in employee engagement. Basically, what we see is that information drives engagement, engagement drives productivity, it reduces turnover. And this is very consistent result that we have seen in our customer base. Most of our customers have reported increase in employee engagement, decrease in turnover, increase in productivity. Now, if we look back, like how big opportunity it is. So if you see businesses around in US, most of the businesses are people businesses. Basically, we are primarily a services industry. 70 to 80% expenses that companies have, their expense is employees' expense or expense related to employees. Just imagine, like, if you can impact that major expense and make improvements even with a tiny bit, it gives you a huge reward in terms of your top line, bottom line, in terms of your employee happiness, satisfaction. So overall, we believe like it's a massive opportunity. And now, like we see that intranets are doing what they are supposed to be doing, which we truly believe their job is to connect people, align and engage them with the companies. So companies should leverage them and take the advantage of improved productivity and decreased turnover.
Well, and it's even more so important in today's world as we become more virtual and more distributed workforces. So
Yeah,
let me
that's
ask you, go ahead.
sure. Yeah, sure.
I was just going to ask you, so, based on just that, as a CEO yourself running the company, how do you maintain, a culture that stays true to your values, but also creates, a collaborative environment?
Yes. So, look, for me as a leader, there are few things which are most important, which is, and it's in the order of this, which is company's mission, vision, values, and culture. They are the core of everything who we are and what we do and how we do things. So culture is supreme. Culture is of supreme importance to us, and I believe it's the same way more and more leaders now believe and agree with it, that culture is critically important for their companies. Now, when we and another trend that we are seeing is that more and more companies now have distributed teams. Technology has enabled us, like on an average, a company of 500 plus employees today have 12.5 offices, which is more than two times, which has doubled more than twice, two times in last 10 years. So more and more companies have now distributed workforce. In addition, like we are also going through this generational change where digital natives are becoming our primary workforce, and by nature they are experiential. They are not tethered to physical workplaces, and they are experiential. They want to work, but at the same time they want to enjoy their life. So they are not connected with physical offices versus they are really technology driven. So this creates this very unique challenge that when employees are not together at one place in one office or in few offices, like how do you connect them, and how do you have a unique but uniform culture across your all employee base? So that's where we see, like, modern intranets or digital workplace solutions, they do the job. When employees are all distributed, companies can leverage intranets to connect, communicate, engage them, and to repeat the message of their uniform culture. That's how we do it. So, for example, we are a smaller company. Like we have about 70 employees now, and we are already in three locations. We are in US, we are in UK, and we are in India. Uh, but we feel that we have a very uniform culture all across our company, all across our employee base. And the reason is because we leverage technology, and intranet is a technology that can play a huge role there. So I feel this is another your previous question. This is another opportunity that companies are missing by not leveraging intranets, that not only intranets can improve employee engagement and productivity, but they can also help companies have their unique and uniform culture all across the employee base.
I would agree with that. So, what can we expect to see from Simpler in 2018?
We are going to, like, the whole industry is going through a very interesting trend and phase. Like AI is proving to be very helpful, solving many problems that were hard to solve before. So we are very excited about adding more and more, or leveraging more and more AI to do some interesting stuff that we believe would improve the whole experience, improve the whole usability, redefine the intranet altogether. So what you can expect is lots of smart and intelligent features, and a lot more intelligent product in 2018 from us.
We look forward to it. Thank you so much for joining me today and for your time and your insights. I know it's a interesting time in our industry, and I do think that what you're saying resonates really well, especially for me, given that I'm a remote employee as well. So, and we have remote teams across the U.S. So collaboration is key. So thank you
Yes.
again. For more information on Simpler, you can visit their website, and I will see you back here next week for SIA Tech Chats.